It's okay to say no. In fact, the opposite can be quite damaging. But a lot of the time we think that we have to be positive and agree to things and say yes to new opportunities. And that's great, but there are times where you just need to make sure you're doing things for you and not because other people expect you to do them. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 10 things that I think you might need to say no to a little more. Let's go. Number one is collaborations. Now, don't get me wrong, collaborations can be super fun. I'm in the middle of one right now that is going to be pretty epic. You can keep an eye on the channel. I'll keep you updated on that one. But the amount of times that I see people online say, yo, I want to collab with anyone and everything, or they slide into your DM saying, yo, bro, I want to collab on this song. Here's the thing, if you want to, great, go ahead and do it. But if you say yes to every single time, knowing that you don't have the passion, you really don't have the time, and you definitely don't like the style of music being produced, yeah, you're going to resent doing it. You're not going to put your best effort into that music, and it's not going to be worthwhile. So don't say no to every opportunity, but keep in mind that you don't have to say yes every time someone says, want to collab. Number two, say no to record deals. Wait, what? But what if someone offers me a record deal? Isn't that a good thing? Aren't we all trying to become rock stars? Well, even if you are, please pause, read the details, check out everything about the deal that you're going to sign, because in 2025, there's a lot of shysters out there, a lot of people that are trying to mislead you, misdirect you, and give you a deal, it's a nice car, give you a deal that is going to benefit them and not necessarily benefit you. So before you sign on the dotted line or the virtual line, please stop, think about it and consider it. The other thing is, being independent is amazing. You own your songs, you own your masters, you own your distribution rights. You can have complete ownership of your music. So before you sign that record deal, before you give in to the flattery of the person saying, yo, your music really rocks, just make sure that you take some time, some due diligence, and check it out. Number three, it's okay to say no to sales. You know how you get that course about that particular piece of software that you're using and you're like, wow, this course has been discounted from $297 down to just $17. I better buy it right now. Yeah, it's still $17. And if it sounds too good to be true, sometimes it is. The thing is that what this is using is the false scarcity model. So the false scarcity model says that something that actually is abundant is actually scarce. So anytime you see a limited time offer, or this is only going to be this price for this time and then it's going to go right back up to the original price, well, you can bet your bottom dollar, pun intended, that it is going to go back to that sale price again. So before you jump in because something seems too good to be true, just stop and think about it. Do you really need another course on how to use a compressor? Or can you just watch some free YouTube videos? Number four is gear. Have you ever heard of GAS, gear acquisition syndrome? It's that thing where you think that just that one last piece of gear is going to make all the difference. If only I owned that one guitar or that one keyboard or that one plugin, I would be creating good music instead of crap music. Well, guess what? That's not really the way it works. Acquiring a whole bunch of gear is not necessarily going to make you a better songwriter, better at recording, better at mixing, better at mastering. So, do you need to buy it? Now, I'm not saying don't get gear. In fact, I have a whole gear guide over at studiolivetoday.com/gear that can help you. It'll tell you all of the gear that I use in the home studio, affordable, budget gear, and then you can make your own decisions about what you need and what you don't need. But if you're there thinking, I have to say yes every time someone says, you really must buy insert name of latest piece of kit, maybe you don't. So maybe say no. Number five, say no to today. Okay, we're going to get a bit woo-woo on this one, so stay with me. I promise you this might help. So sometimes you get up and you've got every intention of getting stuff done. You've got your stuff plugged in, you've got this idea in your head, and you sit down and it just doesn't happen for you. Guess what? come back tomorrow. Now, does this go against the hustle and grind advice and mentality and culture that you may have been said from other folks? Maybe. And look, if it works for you to force yourself to do something, then more power to you. But if it's feeling worse than it is good, and you're finding that you're struggling to get started, maybe today's not the day. Maybe you come back tomorrow. Maybe you need a couple of days. Go to the beach, touch the sand, feel the grass, do something different, and then come back refreshed and crack on the next day. Number 6, say no to social media. I know, the irony. You might have clicked this video because you saw it on Blue Sky or Facebook or YouTube. Those are all social media platforms in different ways. So am I a giant mega hypocrite by saying that you can say no to social media? Probably. But hear me out. You don't have to use social media, and more importantly, you don't have to use it all the time. So you can take breaks, and you don't have to participate in things on social media that you don't want to. If there's particular topics that you love, then just subscribe to those. I've said this a lot. A lot of people say to me, Johns, they say, I don't like Facebook. I'm not going to join Facebook, and you and anyone else can't make me. More power to you. And what I say to them is, if you want the benefits of what Facebook has to offer without all of the checking in with Auntie Beryl, then you can do that. Just create yourself a profile, don't tell anyone it exists, and use it just for your music. Simple. Privacy, you don't have to share. This is the thing. We think that everything has to be done in a certain way, and you have to participate in social media just in the same way that everyone else does. You don't. Auntie Beryl never has to know. Just come and join the Create, Record, Release Facebook group, share your music, have a good time with us, and that's it. Number 7, just say no to feedback. I know. I'm telling you all the time that the best way to get better at your music creation is to create, record, release. And the reason I suggest that you release or share your music is to get feedback about it. Now, if you're not getting feedback, how are you improving? How are you helping your music? Well, here's the thing. Not all feedback is created equal, and not all feedback needs to be listened to. Feedback from someone that you know and trust, and you've heard their music and you think their music is cool, yes, good feedback. Feedback from a stranger in a random forum on the internet, unvetted, that just says that you suck, not worth listening to. So feedback, you can say no to feedback. There is nothing wrong with reading a piece of feedback from someone and just moving on. Scroll past. You don't even have to respond to it. I promise you, it'll be okay. Number 8, say no to notifications. Ooh, yeah, I know. Now this one, every time I mention this one, I get a bunch of people, and the first thing they say is, I could never turn off all my notifications. And hey, maybe that's a thing, but maybe consider turning off some of your notifications. Do you need to know every time someone does something on Facebook or Twitter or Blue Sky or YouTube or your email or your iMessage? See what I'm saying here? Maybe you can just pick and choose and say, these ones are important. I need to make sure that, my kids can contact me if they are sick at school, but I probably don't need to know if someone in some random neighborhood group just saw a creepy dude. Because let's be honest, it's usually just some sort of weird profiling thing. But anyway, back to the notifications. Turn them off, or consider turning some of them off. Or here's another thing. When you're actually going to create music, when you're going to do that deep music creation stuff, turn them off then. Just go into do not disturb mode for half an hour. You will be amazed at how much better you can create and how that clarity can actually help your music creation. So turn off the notifications, or at least consider turning off some. Number 9, say no to the metronome. Yeah, have you ever recorded without a click track? Have you ever gone off the grid? Have you ever turned the metronome off? You might be surprised at how liberating and free it is to create music where you're not on a grid. Now, if you're creating dance music, or you're creating music that really needs to be bang, bang, bang on the grid, then sure, you probably know that already, and you're saying, no, I need the grid. If you're using lots of MIDI instruments, if you're using quantization, if you're using automatic drummer, sure, you might need the grid. Guess what? If you're writing a singer-songwriter song, or you're a folk song, or I mean, even a hip-hop song, can I say that? Funk songs, some of the best funk songs of all time have been completely off the grid. You just got to trust in the bass player and the drummer. They're going to be in the pocket, and you just join them there. So at least consider the fact that maybe you don't need to be right on the grid every time you produce a song. Turn off the metronome and see what happens. Maybe you'll find something super cool. And finally, number 10, music. Maybe music's not right for you. But wait, no, I'm not going to discourage you from playing music ever again or completely quitting music. But sometimes you might need a break. Sometimes you might need a considerable break or a considerable one, either way. Sometimes you might just need to take a day or a week or even a month off. I do implore you to do that first before you completely quit. But there have been some folks that I know that just go, you know what, I tried and it's not for me. I'd actually rather go and do pottery, or I'd rather go and knit, or I'd rather go and do crochet, or I'd rather write poetry. That's cool. Doesn't mean you have to leave the music community entirely. We've got plenty of folks who had a crack at it and are now still part of these wonderful communities we have. They're just not creating music anymore, but they're still listening to music. What do you think? Is there something that you think you should say no to? Are you saying too many yeses? Remember, a yes that you can't commit to and you can't fulfill is really a no in disguise. So maybe you need to say a few more no's. I've got some piano to play. I'll see you next time. No F sharp.